Oh, family, what's up? Know what you're thinking. Yeah. Video quality is not as great as I wanted it to be because the room is actually pitch black and I have this camera light shining, but for some strange reason, it does something to the quality. So, please forgive me with that. And yes, I'm dressed today for the occasion. Anyway, today I would like to speak about religion and spirituality. A lot of people would say religion versus spirituality or vice versa, but I am going to title this video Religion and Spirituality. Now, the, let's get started with it, okay? And let me might add that this is solely my views on it. You know, everyone has their own views and different perspectives, and that is a-okay, all right? Please remember to hit the like button, the share button, and let's get started. And thank you for watching my videos. Now, when I speak on religion, I might speak mostly on Christianity because that's what I'm mostly familiar with. However, I'm speaking on religion on a whole, not just Christianity. So, it could be Buddhism, could be um Judaism, could be, you know, Muslim, Islam is the religion I think it is, and Muslim is Islam. But anyway, let's get started. Now, how I view religion is not opposing, and this is just my views, okay? So don't attack me on this one. It I don't think religion and spirituality should oppose each other. You know what I mean? Like how I'm looking at it is more like how some people would look at um, the ego versus the higher self. And when we talk about ego, we speak on the physical aspect mostly when it comes to the persona, the person of how we interact on a physical day-to-day basis and how we view things on a more physical level and or higher self is how we view things on a more intangible level, such as or beliefs is more belief is actually intangible thing. So we could say belief, we could say love, we could say things that we can't touch, feel, taste. I mean, feeling, yes, but not touch physically and stuff like that. Now, for me, and this, like I said, this is my perspective that religion is more like, I wouldn't say religion goes against spirituality or vice versa. My perspective on it is more like religion is more like the physical aspect of spirituality, so to speak. Like, for example, and like I said, I may use Christianity as more because I'm more familiar with Christianity. I'm not so familiar with the other um not denominations, but religions. Okay. And so let's get to it. So I would say that Christianity, religion is more of on the physical aspect, and spirituality is more in the intangible spiritual aspect. And technically, religion do has some form of spirituality in it, and that's the connection between how we view God and or relationship we have with God. and angels and so forth. And like I said, religion is different. So I'm just geared towards Christianity at the moment. Okay. So now my view is we go to in religion, it teaches us to go to a physical temple to serve God, right? We all know this. Whatever temple it is, could be the mosque, could be the Church of God, the Temple of Christ, whatever temple, church, whatever, across the world, and mosque and worship temples. And the what how we view religion and what how religion come off to most of us is more on a physical aspect. And I wouldn't say religion is a bad thing for people who believe solely in spirituality. We all tend to believe that at some point in time we tend to believe that, well, religion is an outdated belief system, right? And which, from my perspective, I don't think it is. I think what religion does is it brings more physical structure in this 3D realm that we live in. It brings more physical structure and it follow the guideline of what spirituality actually is. But the difference is that spirituality is more intangible. So instead of saying that spirituality, instead of saying that we go to church or physical temple of worship, in spirituality we go to the higher source, or God, whatever. Because different, even in spirituality, people have different beliefs. It's not the same straight cut thing. It's different. It's similar mostly, but in some cases it depends on the individual and how in tune they are with what they believe in. And it it plays it's different but similar, so to speak. Just like you have different denominations in church, you got the Baptists, you got the Adventists, you got the Catholic, so in spirituality you have something kind of similar, not those names, but some people believe that if you're spiritual, you should not be eating any form of meat. you know I wouldn't say they're wrong, and I wouldn't say that if you eat meat you're not spiritual either, you know what I mean. However, it is a good form of living if you decide to cut certain things out of your life, physical life, to enhance your spiritual growth. Now let's get back to the differences and the similarities, and where and how um, religion and spirituality clash. Now, like I said, this is my perspective, so use your discernment on this, okay? Please. Now, and this is not an attack on any form of religion, so to speak. And everyone knows that I'm more on the spiritual aspect of life, so it's not an attack. It's not, fighting against any belief system at all. And this is another thing that we should all learn, that we should not judge others because of their belief system. If someone believes in spirituality, they believe in spirituality. If someone believes in religion, they believe in religion. Doesn't make them a bad person. And this is the closed-mindedness that we're trying to hopefully break in the near coming future, because it's almost as if, and let me use this as an example. Some people will look at a gay person and they would bash the gay person because of their sexuality, right? Because that person that is bashing the gay person doesn't believe in that. So what the gay person might do is evil. That's how we look at things in this world. You know what I mean? And that goes hand in hand with how we look at God and religion and spirituality and stuff like that. So, we accept certain things in life, but then certain things, it people take very dearly to their heart, and which is understandable. Now, let's get to what I was saying, right? Spirituality is, I think that religion is, it brings forth a solid structure. Religion would be like uh, a nice a house, right? Religion is the house that we. Oh, I apologize. I apologize. A mansion. Okay. I think religion is really a mansion. Wait, in my house there are many mansions. Is that in the Bible? In my house, in my environment, in my house, there are many mansions. Something like that is in the Bible, I guess. I don't know. That just came to me. But anyway, so think of religion as a nice mansion, and it has nice swimming pool at the back. Well put together, well looking, beautiful, and everything. You know what I mean? And there are many mansions, right? So there are many religion. So there are different structures looking different. All the mansions don't look the same. Okay, right, right, right. Okay, now let's get back to it. So I would say religion is more like the mansion. We live in a mansion. It's physical. It's somewhere that we can go. It's somewhere that we could show our appreciation of how far we have come in life. For some people, some people don't have mansions. Some people have a nice smaller house or a tiny home. Just as good if you're comfortable with and you love that, and that's home. That's your home, and you love your home, and you appreciate what you have, which we all should do. Appreciate what we have, and then it is what it is. Now that's to me, that I'm just trying to kind of like break it down how religion and spirituality tie in. Now, the spirituality part of that is us that lives in that house, right? So we have the house, which is physical. We have us, but we are also a spiritual being, right? So we innately are spiritual beings. We have souls and stuff like that, right? And spirit, stuff like that. Now, spirituality spirituality is more the how I look at spirituality is more of the energy aspect or the intangible aspect of religion, and religion is more of the physical aspect of spirituality. Same structure, but different um makeup. You know what I mean? Now, where we're going wrong is that we people that are, and I'll speak on both sides. So people that are religious, they look at spirituality as, because a lot of people don't really understand what spirituality is. They're not connected on a, like not that they're not connected to God or source, but the type of connection that spirituality has is different from the type of connection that someone that's religious would experience. Now, people that are religious, right? They need that structure to on a physical level to also maintain a certain form of order. And this is why religion, to me, my perspective, is important. Religion is important for a more physical, tangible structure, something that we could see and feel. And also, religion also kind of like has a little bridge towards spirituality too, because Religion teaches us to pray to a higher source, no matter what religion you are, or, yeah, some people don't believe in God at all. Those are the exceptions. You have exceptions to everything. Okay. Some people believe in source. Some people believe in the universe. And again, we shouldn't be knocking the other person for their belief. It doesn't make, if they're doing good and doing good to others and themselves and helping others and helping themselves, their belief system, right, shouldn't be an issue to you. When you make that an issue, it's actually almost like proving a point. You know what I mean? It's like, so why are you so butthurt about that religion? Do you feel threatened by it? You get what I'm trying to say, because you don't understand it, and that is understandable if you don't understand something. But why make it a whole threat? Why make it something evil because it's someone else's belief? It's like even within the religious community, you have Catholic, you have Adventist. Shouldn't be going neck to neck at each other and saying you're serving this and you're doing this wrong or whatever. People, if you were born in a country that believe in Buddhism, so to speak, you would be a Buddhist. So people are a product of their environment. So you just hating that person because of their belief system or where they grow is almost you just hating a whole part of the a whole nation of people just because they were born in a different area and their belief system is different. So it's kind of like that with spirituality and religion. You know what I mean? People now we should move beyond the point of, and we speak of also judging others, especially judging others for their belief. And so as long as they're not hurting you and hurting your family and hurting others and just trying to improve, if it's progress in a positive way, it's progress in a positive way, a positive manner. And I don't know, but most people that I observe to be spiritual people, or 99% of the time, you got exceptions, but 99% of the time, no, people who are genuinely loving people who just want to see others do well as themselves and their families and stuff like that. And then you got the rift between religion and spirituality just because it's not exactly the same as one's belief. Don't, and this is what we need to mentally and emotionally and spiritually grow out of. You know what I mean? Religion is not actually opposing spirituality and vice versa. Even in religion, people pray to God, or and it's the same thing on spirituality aspect where people pray. We just Most people don't say God, but God is God anyway. God has many names, right? Jehovah, Allah, uh, the universe, source. God is who God is. God is all in all. God is God. Can't explain God all the time. Sometimes you just can't explain it. Just like some things in spirituality is hard to explain, is an experience. And that's the thing with spirituality, is it's more of a certain kind of experience that people go through. Sometimes it's good experiences, sometimes it's not so good experiences. But either way, spirituality and religion is not opposing each other, and we should look at it as being like enemies. You know what I mean? So I look at it as energies. From a spiritual aspect, I look at God as energy, a source, creator, the ultimate creator, the source. you know. Some people say Ra, some people say Allah, some people say Jesus. No, when it comes to Jesus, and this is only my perspective, okay? When it comes to Jesus, because a lot of people believe that Jesus actually exists, and a lot of people believe that Jesus didn't exist at all, right? It was a made up story and this and that. And okay, now my perspective on it is that Jesus Christ is, whether he existed or not, Jesus Christ is more like a blueprint, an energy, a guideline, a form of guide for us. Whether the book was written, if we follow the guideline of Jesus's life and we truly understand life and death and resurrection, and we truly understand the energy behind it, then we will understand that, okay, it's almost like religion and spirituality. But if you look at it as religion, from a religion aspect, the temple, we go to the temple of worship, right? So people that are religious, we look at church and the temple of worship as the place to go to worship. With Jesus Christ, they look at Jesus Christ as a physical being also, right? So we look at Jesus like, okay, he lived, because it's in the Bible, it says it, right? It says that he lived, died at age 33, stuff like that. Spirituality now that looks at things from an energetic level, looks at it as, okay, Jesus may have never existed physically, but Jesus Christ did exist more on an energetic level. And this is my perspective. Okay. Mhm. And now, from an energetic level, 33 is a very important number, right? For people who does numerology. I might do a video on numerology also, but give me some time, okay? I have a whole bunch of different things I'm working on. So, Jesus, if from a spiritual aspect, we believe that Jesus Christ is actually a form of energy, a guideline that we follow, and his life that he lived is intertwined with different connecting points of energy, within our lives, our personal lives. As we think that Jesus Christ is energy, or it's the energy behind the story that is more important to us spiritualists, not the physical aspect. For the religious folks, it's more of the physicality because that's what is more understandable and that is a-okay, right? Now, the from a spiritual aspect, Jesus Christ is like, you have 33 vertebrae in your body, right? In your neck. 33 also intertwined with the Kundalini. I think the Jacob's ladder was what, 33 steps or more. I don't know. I don't want to say something I'm not sure of. So, but anyway, it has something to do with the Jacob's ladder and your spinal cord and the energy behind it. Now, in spirituality, is the we a lot of people, including myself, believe that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, solar, soul, Son. Okay, the Son of God is it begins, right? You have the root chakra, which some people could say the devil. If we know about chakras and stuff like that, then you will understand more about what I'm saying. Now, everything starts from the root and rises up energy level within our body. And we have seven chakra points, and it starts from the root and end at the crown chakra. Got the third eye chakra. You got the what do you call it, the voice mouth chakra, right? You got the throat chakra, or the throat chakra, yeah. You got the heart chakra. You got the solar. The solar is like the stomach. That's when a lot of people talk about the gut feeling. You have this. It's connected to your intuition. So the Son of God is also a form of, from a spiritual aspect, a form of your intuition, so it rises, right? And it when you have like what they call a Kundalini rising, is the rise of this energy within the human body, and it somehow, right, dies. But it's not a physical death. It's the death of how we view things in life from a physical aspect to a more intangible, energetic, spiritual aspect, right? So when it dies and rise again, you're it's what we call enlightenment. So the death of Jesus Christ for us and the growth of Jesus Christ to up the vertebrae 33, your spine and neck bones in your body is the rise of Jesus Christ and on an energetic level, and he dies, right? When he gets at 33, but is not, but then he rises again. But when he rises again, he rises in a spiritual form, not so much as a physical form, right? So from a spiritual aspect, right? This is how we view Jesus Christ and the story behind Jesus Christ. On a more religious aspect, they view it on like he actually lived, he performed these miracles, he did this, he did, and Jesus lived out of his heart space anyway, because all Jesus showed was love. So from the solar plexus to the heart, right, which is the center of the body, right, the center, and he continued to rise and on a physical level and energetic level from for spiritual. Now, this is the friction between religion and spirituality is that, one is almost like religion and science. One is always trying to prove the other wrong. But then there's on both sides there are things that happen that don't quite make sense, right? For example, a spiritualist would say to a religious person, well, if spirituality is so bad, right? And or spells, so to speak. Not all spiritualists do spells, by the way, or perform those activities as magic and all that. Not everyone, but there majority, right? That believes in different forms of spells, and spells don't mean bad stuff. Because when people hear spell, oh, yeah, you're gonna do something because that's the movie. Stop thinking about movies, okay? Everybody that casts a spell in a movie is casting something bad. That's how they twist your mind and make you think from a negative angle. And so we grew up thinking that spells are simply words that we speak on our daily day. We cast spells every day. Or words, we spell words, right? When you go to school, you write something down and the teacher say, "Can you spell that?" Mean you speak it into existence. It's an energetic form of deliverance. Like me speaking right now is a form of spell. Am I hurting anybody or casting anything on anybody? No. This is a form of spell. Spelling. You spell words. I've said that in my past videos. So I don't want to go down that way. Now, this is where we tend to the friction between religion and spirituality. But so we'll say, okay, so why do you have communion, right? The blood, and you drink the blood of Jesus, and then you eat the bread, his flesh. Doesn't that sound like some spell stuff that they do in the woods? Where they would say witches are bad. I doubt that. I don't think so. But anyway, that's movie stuff when they say witches are bad because they don't understand it, and it's okay. One day maybe we'll get on the same point. But anyway, let's get back to that. So you drink something and energetically think of it of the blood of someone, and then you eat something and you energetically think of it as the flesh. So it's kind of like that's kind of like witchcraft or some kind of sorcery, right? But you're not in religion, you're not allowed to say things like that or think that way, because even though it might be or might not be. Don't come at my head now, okay? Please. We don't look at it like that. So as spiritualists, we look at it and be like, "Hey, but you're doing that. So how is it that you have a problem with spirituality and some of the things that they perform?" It's because there are groups of people, right, in religion that feels like, okay, it's a form of control too, because that's the only thing about religion that a lot of people that are from a spiritual aspect will say is that they it is twisted into becoming a form of control. The what they do and what they say, and to have a certain kind of outcome, which might be monetary gain or other stuff, but I don't want to get into all that, okay? I don't want to get into that. But what I'm trying to say is you got people that look at spirituality and like, well, all you guys do is black magic and you're a witch and you're this and you're that and you're this and you're that. And it's just simply because they lack understanding of energies, what energy is. But you still pray to the Most High, who you don't see him or her, depending on your beliefs, but you don't see God, but you believe that God is there. Spirituality is the same thing. We just look at things from a more energy kind of level as opposed to a more physical level. And but both are important. Spirituality is very important and religion is very important if used the right way. And this is where a lot of anger and friction comes from, because religion is for a long time now it's been used in improper way. And hopefully one day religion will get back on course. But as of now, not in all cases. So don't judge me or, condemn me to hell or anything. But in most cases, religion is being used in the wrong way. You know what I mean? But religion is very important for structure, for a better understanding. And we should get to the point where we kind of like graduate to a more spiritual understanding and keep moving up to spiritual enlightenment, or, but we're all on this road together. We all learning from each other. We all, so what the best thing we should do or not do is knock someone for their belief. That is just the wrong way to go. What would God say? You hate this person because they believe in something. God don't even hate the person. You're speaking for God now. So how is it that so it's a internal issue. It's something within you maybe that has this, or maybe something that you know that you don't want to change, because we hold on to things that, this is how we grow up and this is our understanding of it and it stays that way. Okay, I grew up in a horse and buggy. Now it's 2022. I'll take that horse and buggy on the highway. You can't tell me nothing. Wait, on the highway, a horse, that poor horse. Why would somebody, but anyway. Point is, change in time and is as long as it's going in a positive direction, one day, everyone will be kind of like somewhat more accepting and caught up. However, what we should not do, even as spiritual people or spiritually enlightened folks, right? We should not knock people who are religious. We were once there, all of us. All of us were once there. Also, it takes more time for some people to become more aware of certain things, and some people never might in this lifetime, right? But however, that is their destiny. That is, how it's supposed to play out. Some people become spiritually awakened, and I spoke about being spiritually awakened and consciously aware, and it's the same thing. Spiritually awakened and consciously aware is not the same thing, but it's the same. It's just you can be spiritually awakened, right, and consciously aware in one, but it's just the reaction of it. Most times, like I said, people, there are people who are spiritually awakened, and they will, they act differently because they're more understanding of what is going on and the energies behind it, as opposed to being consciously aware. But that's the beginning stages of spiritually awakened. It's kind of like not even the beginning stages. It's a very advanced stage to be consciously aware. It's very advanced. But to improve on that, we have to kind of like combine them both. It's the same. It's the same thing with religion and spirituality. We could still go to temples, take it as it is, and still worship the Most High God, or God or Allah or whatever you believe in. But as long as you understand the energy and the real purpose behind doing this, you know, or you could stay home and you could tell yourself, well, this is my temple, or my body is my temple. I think it's in the Bible also that, you know, the Most High God also dwells within us. Our body is a temple, and the energy and the spirit of God dwells within us, right? Energy, the spirit. So for you to go against spirituality because you're religious is kind of like moving backwards in way of thoughts. And also, if you're to go against religion as a spiritual person, is kind of like forgetting where we're coming from, so to speak, because everyone has to go. First is that stage. All we got to do is just encourage, like, hey, look, I understand that this is what you believe, but how about this view? If they're willing to hear, because not a lot of people are willing to understand. They just want to judge, which is unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Okay. I was trying to make this video a little bit shorter, but I hope I covered most of the aspects and characteristics of religion and spirituality and what it actually is. And like I said, just to recap real quick, because I'm going almost 40 minutes, religion is more on a physical level. That's the belief. Actual people in the Bible, actual places and things, right? Jesus, the Son of God, um, just from Christianity, right? They have their beliefs. On spiritual aspect, we believe it's more of an energetic form. Existed, but in an energy form for us to understand. Because back in the day, they used to write stories, right? The Egyptians are known for this. They'll put physical things in their stories to give us a better understanding of what a more energetic uh, that has a more energetic meaning behind it than just the physical form. So for example, they'll say certain things, and All right, for example, let me give you a simple example, but this is just zodiac, right? Some people will argue the point that two fishes and five barley loaves of bread, right? Some people will argue the point that Jesus Christ was a Pisces. Jesus Christ was a Pisces. But people was like, how is Jesus Christ as a Pisces? He was born in December. Maybe not. But there are reasons to believe that he might have been a Pisces energetically. The two fish, the zodiac symbol, the two fish symbolizes Pisces. That story was told for a reason, right? There are other things I could get into. I don't really want to get too deeply into it, but Pisces is also one of the most intuitive sign of the zodiac, and that's Jesus Christ's forte on an energetic level. The intuition in spirituality, we believe that intuition is s- similar to the life of Jesus Christ. The 33, Jesus died at age 33, 33 vertebrae in the body. We became spiritually enlightened. Jesus' death became from physical to spiritual because of the death. So it's the death of the physical form into a spiritual form. And in spirituality, that's what we believe is the death of the physical, the ego form. And there was a rebirth, there was a resurrection in a spiritual form, which bring forth a spiritual enlightenment, a more depth of knowing, intuition, and stuff like that. And I could go on and on and on and on because I have ton loads of stuff, right, to talk about. However, I must end the video today, and I apologize for the video quality. Um, and let's see, because I might do another video later. I'm not too sure, but later today, let's see how that. It's now 5:30 a.m. And I've been having these thoughts running through my head about making this video, and I just choose to do it now. Okay, so thank you. Please hit the like button, share, subscribe to my channel if you would like to. If not, thanks for watching anyway. All right, peace and love. Hey, and stay up. Okay, all right.